Welcome back to another video by the Canadian Home Painter. Today's video I'm going to be showing you some drywall repair, painting. Before I paint, I'll prime it. So kind of a start to finish project. So I'll show you what I do through each step. So first, find the little dings and screw pops and damaged areas that need to be repaired. Once that's ready for sanding, then take your block sander. I like to use about a 120 grit sandpaper block. Make sure you get all the edges nice and sanded smooth. Don't put the compound on too heavy. Watch other videos that I have to show how to apply the compound properly. You don't want too much to sand off, and just make sure all the high points are flat and everything's nice and smooth. After everything's nice and smooth, you want to make sure that you get the dust off of those areas. So I just like to use a damp rag, run my hand over all the areas that I sanded, and then I'll give that a bit of time to dry before I'll roll on my first coat of primer. For this job, it only required one coat of primer. If there's not new drywall and the repairs are fairly minimal, then one coat of primer should be sufficient. So this, I'm using a 10mm thickness roller sleeve. I use that for most residential painting jobs. So the roller sleeves that I purchased, they're good for all types of paints and primers. Make sure that you get a good roller sleeve. Don't go too cheap, because the cheap ones really aren't made very well and you will regret it. It'll be too frustrating, and you're better off to go with kind of the more higher end paint rollers in whatever store you're in, depending on where you live. So this primer is it's an excellent primer made by the same company that I use their paint. So I use Seco paint. This is their primer. I find that a coat of primer is really important, especially when you have repairs. So that compound, even if you get the primer and paint in one, it's really not good enough to cover up the repairs sufficiently. So that's why it's always better just to get a can of primer. Primer goes quite far, so it doesn't cost a lot. It's well worth it to just take care of that. Just going to speed up the time here a bit. Fast forward it a little bit. So as you can see, I just go from one side to the other, nice and even. Having the appropriate amount of primer on my roller sleeve makes a big difference. I always start away from where I stopped and then work my way back. I just want a nice even amount on the wall. You don't want to see where your roller has went up and down, so you want to make sure that there's no high points. Make sure you go back, feather things out like I'm doing, and just nice and easy, top to bottom. Get yourself a good painting pole. They don't cost a lot of money, and they really do make the job go a bit quicker. Now, I typically don't go too quick. The most important thing is that you're just steady. You don't want to be rushing and getting it all over the place either. And to have a job done good, you want just a nice steady speed. Now, you noticed I don't have any drop cloths down, because you can tell this carpet is being replaced. So I'm getting all the painting wrapped up, then the carpet's coming out, new carpet being installed, then new baseboard. So didn't have to worry too much, but I still don't get too much on the carpet, even if there isn't a drop cloth down. But I do suggest, if you're painting in your house and you don't do a ton of painting, you're definitely going to want to put some drop cloths down if you're not replacing the carpet. So once I get the primer on, I'm going to give that a bit of time. I have other things to do, so I generally will give it a few hours before I put on the first coat of paint. Now, make sure you read the back of the can. All paints have different recommendations. Just go by what they suggest because they know their product and what needs to be done. So I'm just going to finish up here with the roller into the corner there. That corner had a bit extra mud and it wasn't quite dry, so I had to sand it off later. But this is good for what I'm demonstrating, just how to paint the walls. So now on that same wall, the primer's nice and dry. We have a much nicer color, very light, going over top of the wall. So I am going to be just taking my brush, my 1.5 inch, doing all my brush work first. Now up against that crown molding, it's not too difficult to apply the paint. It's pretty easy to do your edging up to it. Now all you want to do is make sure you don't put it on too heavy. You want the right amount on your brush. Make sure you feather it down. I always mention that in my videos. You don't want it too heavy. But what I like to do is get all the brushwork done, then start my rolling while the brushwork is still wet. I find then I can just blend nice with the roller. Less likely to see brush strokes and marks. Now you want to put it on fairly good, but remember you're going to put on a second coat definitely after this first one. Make sure you get yourself a good brush as well. Don't go cheap on those. Don't be going and just buying some dollar brush. You want to spend a few bucks. Get a good brush. I'm just using paint tray liner there too. Now those are all recyclable. So I use those for just easiness to for clean up and everything. I'll just make sure all the paint is dry. That's left in the tray, and then I can recycle them. So those paint tray liners, they cost me about 80 cents, I guess, 79 cents a piece. So I buy them by the 100 and $79 for 100. So the same application as the primer, just up and down, nice and even. You want to you'll find the happy medium of how much paint to put on your roller sleeve each time. You don't want it too heavy, you don't want it too light. You want to be able to do quite a bit with each time that you have to refill your sleeve with paint. And always, a tip I would like to say is always keep your paint tray nearby. Now that sounds like obvious thing, but if you keep your paint tray too far and you have to be walking too much, it'll really take a lot of time. The closer that you keep the paint tray to you, definitely much easier and quicker to get the wall done in a sufficient time. So I'm just going up and down just like the primer and getting a good first coat on, always starting away from where I started and then working my way back over just to make sure that there's no high points left by the roller sleeve. Just up and down, but definitely a second coat is always applied on all paint jobs. So yeah, this is a nice color. It changes up the room and you can't see any of those repairs because they're sanded out proper and a good coat of primer is applied. So that is something that you definitely need to do if you have a similar project at home. Just follow these steps. Read the recommendations on the back of whatever can of primer or paint you buy. And yeah, hopefully this video was helpful to you. You found that you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I appreciate it. It helps the video and the channel. If you haven't subscribed, I ask that you hit the subscribe button and look for more videos. I put out as many videos as I'm able to and as I have time to. And definitely comment, leave a suggestion below. I always appreciate all of that. And yeah, until next time, thanks and have a good day.